Erik Devine.
Lewis.
How you going, bro?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Yeah, good. Because you won the Venom versus competition, right?
Yeah. I was just talking to a couple of mates about that the other day because Tomahawk just made up the shirt design and it's looking sick and it was fucking good fun entering that competition. Yeah, love seeing things like that in the scene.
Yeah. No, it was good, bro, and it was crazy to me how many fucking awesome submissions came through, and like this was part of the prize was to get you on for a chat, which we were going to do anyway.
Yeah.
But also we've got you on for a chat because you're headlining the Breaking Bread battles on April 6th, right?
Yeah, not far off now, less than 3 weeks to go. So it's an exciting time.
Yeah, fuck yeah, bro.
It's a spin out. Yeah, it's my fourth battle, and here we are. Arrows is he's not one to be fucked with, that's for sure. But I definitely back myself, and I'm very excited to get up on stage, share the stage with him, and put on a fucking good show for the audience. It's gonna be fucking good fun. But just in general, it's definitely a spin out to think, the kid that was posting Facebook videos for the first time a couple of years back, and now headlining a show with my mate Greeley, and just after watching him for the last decade or so doing his music, and to now be up there sharing that sort of stage is pretty mind-blowing. It's definitely been a crazy journey, and fucking one that I'm just excited to keep seeing unfolding, man. It's
and headlining the show too.
That's wild. It's definitely not where I would have thought I was going to be, in 2020 or so when I first started dropping little clips of content, and just the culture obviously is just really, really culminating at the moment, and I think it's in a really healthy position, and I feel very blessed and lucky to be at the position that I'm in now, putting in the groundwork the last few years to really be at this point where the scene's flourishing and kind of finding my true sound as an artist, whether that's in battles or music. It all feels like a bit of divine timing, which has been a bit of a theme of the week that a few conversations I've been having, and honestly, just feeling blessed to be in the position that I'm in at the moment, man.
That's good, bro. I think it's interesting you say the divine timing, because I think, well, yes, that's probably the case. I think it's also a case of that whole thing that you hear people talk about, like preparation meeting opportunity, like that's what
luck is.
Exactly. So it's like, yes, it's kind of lucky how everything's aligning, but it's also you were prepared for this, and eventually I think something's going to align.
100%. And I definitely I try not to stray away from giving myself a pat on the back, but it's also just a testament to the networking. Networking's huge, and I think that people kind of overlook that. A lot of people want to be a bit of a one-man army and kind of take things. As an artist, I can completely understand that perspective, because we always want to have our hand in everything. We want to know, how the video is going to turn out, how the mix is going to turn out, how this and that. But having a bit of trust in the process and learning from the people around you, you can walk into any room and learn from any single person that's in there, whether they're day one on their artist journey or they've been around for 30 years. And I think that's been a really valuable lesson that I've learned over the last few years, and just taking something from everyone that I come across on their journey and just kind of observing from a bird's eye view or a third person perspective. It's very interesting to sort of see what you can implement into your own journey, and what you don't want to as well. There's lots of lessons to be taken. When someone's had a lesson that they've learnt when things haven't gone as planned, I guess, that means that we get the opportunity not to make those mistakes, as long as we're actually conscious and just watching and paying attention. And I think it's a very, very valuable tool just to sit, be quiet and observe sometimes. And
that's something a lot of people struggle with, bro.
100%. And I definitely have struggled with it myself. Definitely ignored just obvious signs in the past and just ended up making the same mistakes that I've seen before. I'm like, fuck, how have I ended up in this position? It's like, I've watched this happen before. But it's definitely something that I've started to learn over the last couple of years, and just try to implement in my own journey myself.
But I mean, it's also sometimes you kind of have to live that mistake yourself to be able to fully understand it. You know what I mean? You can see a lot of people go down a certain path or whatever. But until you kind of walk down that path yourself, it's very hard to understand what the lessons really are. You know what I mean?
Understanding different perspectives is always big for me, and understanding doesn't mean agreeing, but sometimes you do have to put yourself in those shoes to be like, okay, I can see what you were saying now I agree finally, after having it thrust upon me. But it's all part of the process, man, and I find that whether it's a good or a bad, everything happens for a reason, and the lessons that are in there are valuable either way. So taking that in your stride and just keep moving forward. That's all we can do.
That's a good mindset to have, bro.
100%.
That's a good mindset to have. You know, I think a lot of people, I think you've said this to me as well, kind of can have a bit of a misconception about you based off of like what you rap about and the lifestyle that you try to live, and they might think that maybe you haven't been through some of the same sort of struggles or experiences that those people have, and so therefore the stuff that you're preaching or the lessons you're trying to offer don't apply to them because you don't understand. But what do you kind of have to say about that?
There's probably some truth in it, and there's a lot that I haven't spoken on, and I don't know if people watching would have checked out my last song, Just Don't Know, but it's really the first song where I've opened myself up to vulnerability, spoken about family, spoken about just really like my beliefs and kind of how much the people around me do mean to me and the time that we get to spend with them. And addiction, violence, like I didn't live an easy childhood. I'm not here to, sit here and, say that my life's been worse than anyone else's. Our own experiences, obviously, they are what they are to us, and no one can really compare their experience to someone else's. And I think a lot of the time with social media as well, because we're comparing how we're feeling right now to someone else's highlight reel, it's very easy to kind of get caught up and think that we've got the whole world against us. But in saying that, I definitely do have a lot of experience that I want to speak on, and I'm just getting to my comfortability in myself as an artist, where I'm feeling comfortable with expressing that, and seeing the value that it brings to other people is crazy. Like seeing some of the responses and having people message me and saying that they've teared up watching the song, watching the video, or just relating to the experience and seeing that they take something away from that brings a bit of comfort to their life, or just to know that they're not alone going through a certain struggle. I can really see the value in just being vulnerable and opening up about things like that now. And I think it's important. And once we kind of let those walls down, that's when we really see the true capability of ourselves as an artist and what we can do with our music.
Yeah, I agree, bro. I think being vulnerable, look, it's not for everyone, especially with some people, the way they put themselves out to the world and the kind of image that they carry, it doesn't make sense or it wouldn't align with their listeners. But I think it's very important to have people that are willing to be vulnerable, whether it's through music, podcasting, anything, man, teachers, everything, you know what I mean? It's important to show other people that they're not alone. And, like in your case, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you've steered away from a lot of the old lifestyle, the lifestyle that you used to live and the decisions you used to make. So being vulnerable with that and sharing your story, you can show people like, hey, maybe you don't have to live that way for the rest of your life.
No, 100%. We grew up very poor. For example, my mum's on the disability pension. My parents split when I was 5 years old, and my mum's got her own demons that she battles with. Same with my dad, and it was very interesting. My parents are both actually deaf. A lot of people won't know.
True. And, that's crazy, bro.
As an artist, it's pretty ironic being a rapper. Like, I'm never going to show my parents my music in that true sense. They might be able to follow along with subtitles and watch the video, but they're never going to really hear what I'm putting out to the world. It's interesting looking back, because I definitely do. I wouldn't even say regrets. I don't regret any of my past. I don't regret how I lived as, a 15 to 21 year old, as though there was definitely some flaws and character faults, to say the least.
Overindulgence in some things.
Overindulgence is a big one for me, definitely. But when you grow up in a poor environment and you are living around Housing Commission or people who are in similar boats financially, it's sort of all you see. It's so normalized to be 15, 16 and looking for that escape. We don't know where to find it, so it often comes in the form of drugs, overindulging in alcohol, all of these sorts of things, misbehaving, just getting up to mischief, doing dumb shit. I've done plenty of things that I not proud of, definitely look back, but I definitely don't take any shame in it, because it's all part of the journey. And honestly, I wouldn't be who I am today without going through that and learning the lessons from my fuck ups and my mistakes in life. So
that's right. There's lessons in everything, right?
100%.
100%.
And
so going through all of that, overindulgence in substance to whatever degree, and whatever you kind of experience in your home life, like having both parents deaf, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What's the biggest sort of lesson, or what's the biggest and best sort of character trait that you've taken away from that's built you into who you are?
I guess looking for that escape over time, and just kind of dabbling in these toxic traits, or whatever you want to call them, overindulgences, whatever you want to call them in your own sort of perspective. It's all been a journey, and just trying to find the escape that actually brings value. And obviously drugs, alcohol, all of these things don't do that. And pretty proud to say I'm pretty dead set against all of that stuff now. I actually, like, I'm not even smoking weed anymore, like, for the last couple of weeks. And I found a beautiful missus just recently. I've definitely been very, very blessed to have just had her stumble onto my path. And it's kind of just made me realize that, like, we get to decide what matters in life, you know. Like, no one can tell you what matters, and as long as you know down within here that you get to make those decisions and really guide your life based on what makes you feel good. Taking that in your stride and actually seeing the energy that you can provide to the world when you're in a positive light, and seeing how that can affect other people in the same positive way, whether it's inspiration or if it's just making them realize that that they don't need sort of substances and other things to fill that void. I think that's been the most important thing, and just the journey of just looking for an escape, for lack of a better word. We don't need to necessarily escape, you know. We can just make sure that the world that we're creating for ourselves is a positive one, and that we can just enjoy it for what it is, as long as we've got the foundation set in place.
Isn't it crazy how impossible that concept is to understand when you're in that mindset? You know what I mean? When you're in that lifestyle. I remember thinking, or not even thinking, because I didn't realize that life was any different. But now, being able to look back, I'm like, I never realized that it was possible to enjoy yourself without drugs, or without, like you're saying, some kind of escape. Because my view was the world sucks. Yeah. So let's fucking get out of it any way we can for however long.
Myself
and
as
have
well.
a good time.
Myself as well. I definitely had a pretty strong victim mentality.
For sure.
Like, the world's against me. Why me? You know, why is all this fucking happening to me? And like, other people have it so good, and even a bit of envy, and just kind of looking around and not understanding how some people end up being put in these positions, and some people seem to have it easy. But there's people interact with struggles, and that they could be having the deepest, darkest thoughts right now, even though financially they've been well off, and, you know, all of these things on the surface look great. We never know what someone's going through, and it's something that, when you learn to really just not judge people just based off what you see on the surface, and just realize that we're all just human at the end of the day. We're all going through the same shit. We all have the same thoughts going on, and we often think that, I guess, putting ourselves at the center of our universe is very common. When you're out walking around, like, I don't know, a lot of people have like anxieties and stuff about going out to the shopping centres. They're usually worried about how they look or how other people are feeling about them. But everyone's just lost in their own world, worried about the exact same thing in their own head, and no one actually gives a fuck. Like, they're too busy dealing they're too busy dealing with their own shit to care what's going on with you. And I think that we all get caught in that, and just kind of realizing that there's 8 billion other people just going through the exact same sort of thing and having the same sort of thoughts. It's a bit comforting in the sense that we're not alone in that, but it feels like it for a lot of the time. And once we strip those layers back and just really realize that we're all basically just built up out of the same thing, and we're all fucking experiencing this same world in the same way, it's there's a lot of value in realizing that.
100%, bro. And it sounds like there's a lot of valuable lessons that you've learned through all that. There's a lot of probably troubles and struggles as well.
Definitely.
How does all of that sort of combine to contribute to what kind of music you make and what kind of message you want to put out with your music?
Yeah, well, if you listen to my music, I don't shy away from, like, you know, experience, and I'll definitely, you know, you can tell that I haven't led a perfect life, but I definitely don't want to glorify that sort of behavior, and I definitely want people to know that it's not cool, you know, like, no one thinks bigger of you based off of the fact that you've done bad shit. It's just letting people know that you've got that experience helps them feel like you might understand where they're coming from. So I definitely like expressing the fact that I have lived a life that is definitely coloured, a bit patchy, but looking back on that, it's not necessarily something to be proud of, and it's not something I want to project in the world. So anything that I can do to stray someone away from the path of drugs or the path of crime or the path of any of that sort of negativity, I'm going to do the very best that I can to fucking make sure that it seems like the inspirational path to take to get away from it. And I think whatever I can do with my music, as long as if I can change one person's mentality, then it's all worth it. I've always said that, like, I'll keep dropping music. I don't care if there's 10 views on the YouTube video. If one person's commenting on it saying that it's helped them, I'll keep putting it out. It's that's the real value in it for me. And it's crazy to think, when I put a beat on and I start writing words to it, I don't think like how deeply that can actually impact someone's life. But when I read comments, like I won't mention any names and stuff because I don't know how they would feel about me talking about it. But I had someone who sadly had his mother murdered at 18 years old. Oh, wow. And I got a really, really strong message about just how the most recent song has just helped him find a bit of clarity and a bit of just peace and understanding that it's just life goes on and it's just all part of the process. There's nothing that we can do about the negative that comes, but we've got the circle of concern and we've got the circle of influence. And the circle of influence, the more that we focus on the things that are in our control and just focusing on the positive steps that we can take, the smaller that circle of concern gets. And it's the smaller we can make that circle, the better life's going to be. So it's there's no point focusing on it. So focus on the positive shit, just take little steps again. By the time you look back, you're 30 steps down the line and your life's looking heaps better. And that's definitely a massive valuable lesson that I've learned.
I think that's very important what you said there, because I think often people can get put off by the fact that it's going to take so long to change, or it's not going to happen right away. But the thing is, it's just like you said, you just got to keep chipping away at it every day.
Massively.
And 6 months, 12 months, 18 months later, you're going to keep looking back on like, fuck man, like I never thought I'd be here.
It's exactly right. And there's been no like pivotal moment, and I'm still very much at the start of my journey, I still think that I've got a long way to go. But as I said, like in 2020 when I started sort of posting stuff, I never thought I'd be here. And I don't know the pivotal moment when I got here, if that makes sense. I'm definitely pretty proud of where I'm at right now, but it hasn't been some overnight thing. It's just been a repetitive process every single day, just doing one little thing after the other. And when I turn around and look back a few years back, I'm like, holy shit, we've come a long way. Like we've made some distance, we've got still a long way to go, but like we're doing heaps better than we were 3-4 years ago. And it's it's definitely a spin out to think that those little baby steps really do just accumulate to kilometers just when time goes on. Time doesn't stop. And as long as we're moving forward, that's all that matters.
Fucking oath, bro.
100%.
I wanted to go back to something you said a minute ago. You said that people don't look up to you or think you're cooler for doing a bigger or badder thing. But I kind of disagree with you there. I think some people do, and I think that's part of what the problem is. You know what I mean? Even myself, like when I was living in Orange, I remember the people I used to look up to were the most destructive ones. Like whoever went harder, whoever did crazier shit, I was like, I want to be like him. And it was this constant like challenge to myself of like, that's who I wanted to be and that's who people around me were. And I think that's part of the issue is people do look at things that way, but it's not good for yourself.
It's not. End of the day, and I would say that we sort of agree in a sense, but I don't think it's necessarily the bigger and badder thing that makes them an inspirational figure. I think it's the fact that they've got that experience, they've got a really strong, crazy story to tell, and often it comes with a fucking bunch of confidence and certainty.
That's true.
Everyone wants to be a confident and certain person about themselves, and when people have that experience, they back themselves, whether it's in a good or a bad way. It's very easy to be a 12, 13-year-old kid living in a really shit, rough environment and seeing a figure that's made themselves this confident person, and they're so super assertive, really like a dominant figure, which a lot of us would like to be. but it doesn't come from the crime or the drugs, you know. It comes from the experience with it, and I guess how you hold yourself as a person.
That's
and
true.
For example, people like Spanian, what he's doing, he's not promoting, you know, that sort of stuff. Riley P is another great example up in Darwin. You know, he's really, really working with the most troubled youth in his area, and people look up to him. But if you listen to his music, man, it's he's not spreading any of that shit. He's spreading a positive message, and he's trying to get kids out of the streets, and people are still looking up to him, and he's a fucking great role model. And he's had a life experience as well. He hasn't lived a perfect life, just as a lot of people haven't. Same with Stumps down in the Alice Springs video that was taking Spanian around. Can tell that he's lived a coloured life, man, but it's not the fact that he's glorifying it, and he's not trying to get kids to take that path. He's saying, I understand this path, I know what it can bring, but there's no happiness in it. It's just bullshit at the end of the day. And as long as you can keep that same sort of confidence and assertiveness about yourself, you can still inspire the youth, and you can still be someone to look up to, even though you're not heading down that same negative shit.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. I think, like you said, it's kind of the mindset and the presence and the confidence that comes with the experience that life kind of gives you, and also the fact that maybe you feel like you can relate to those people because they're into the same things as you.
Yeah, being able to relate is huge. If you're growing up in an environment full of drugs, addiction, all of these things, if that's all you're sort of seeing around you, you're not going to listen to someone who's lived a perfect life with a happy family, all of this sort of stuff. You need to have someone who can actually relate, because or else the message is just going to fall on deaf ears, or you're going to say, you don't even understand what I'm fucking going through. And it's almost frustrating. It's like, shut the fuck up. It's like being a tradie, for example, and you get some dude in a white collar who's only ever worked in his office comes to the work site telling you how to do your job. It's like, mate, fuck off. You've never even done this before. It's like, why would I listen to you? It's exactly the same sort of thing, same sort of mentality, but with that experience and understanding, as long as it's coming from a place of like, I understand why you feel like you need to go like that down this path, but there's X, Y, and Z reason not to, and here's the proof. And as long as you've got the proof and you've got the experience to back it up, people will fucking listen, and you're going to be an inspirational figure to look up to.
So what do you think it is that makes people gravitate more towards the negative kind of music than music that's trying to steer people in a more positive direction?
Vibration, bro. Frequencies. They're massive. I don't care what anyone says. The law of attraction, the law of vibration is real. Okay. And if you're operating on a certain frequency, you're going to attract a certain frequency into your life. It's just a fucking universal law.
So you mean, because I don't really understand exactly what you're saying with law of vibration, you mean you're going to attract like-minded people, that kind of thing?
Yeah, if you're feeling fucking negative and someone is telling a negative message that you relate to, it's going to strike a chord. It doesn't matter who you are. It's just whatever you're sort of feeling and whatever vibrational frequency you're operating at right now, anything that's similar is going to gravitate. And I think that the more that you can make that shift into sort of a positive and really try and surround yourself with the positive, you're going to just get dragged along for the ride. Same thing with the negative. It goes both ways. And a lot of artists, they do struggle. They do really, really struggle with just the life that we live. I don't know if humans are meant to be living this life that we do, you know, waking up, doing a 9 to 5, there's definitely a deep sense of like escapism that comes with artists. You know, none of us really feel like we fit into this fucking crazy world that we've built for ourselves as humans over the last couple of thousand years. And no one really has the perfect answer, but I guess when people start expressing a different opinion or like a different path, it's pretty easy to gravitate towards. And if you're in a negative place, the negative difference of opinion that's not going to follow the trends, I guess it's pretty easy to be inspired by that. And we've just got to be careful what we're taking in and what we're really gravitating towards, and try and dissect it really, just to see what does this path lead to in 5-10 years time. And unfortunately, same thing as I was saying before, those little baby steps, it's the same thing backwards as well. You know, if you're taking little baby steps and just like just allowing a little bit more, I'll just smoke weed, just have a couple of pingers with mates on the weekend, might try this harsher drug, all seems like one little overnight step. We don't really notice fucking, oh shit, I'm like addicted to meth now. It doesn't happen overnight. It's just those little baby steps, and I think the more that you sort of allow each little next step to be taken and you're not being conscious of which direction it's heading, it's very, very easy to end up in a fucking dark spot.
Yeah.
Very, very easy.
100%, bro. 100%. I think so too. And I think, like you were saying, much like with the positive actions, that you won't notice it straight away until 6 or 12 months later when you're down the line. And also by the time that you're actually willing to admit to yourself that you're addicted to something, like you've probably been addicted to it for like 6 months.
Exactly, man. And I don't want to talk about Spanion or the podcast, but the cool thing for him, I think, having that moment where he looked in the mirror and he kind of realized, he's like, fuck, you are a chat. Like, you're a junkie, bro. And it took him like until fucking however long in jail, like 13 years in jail or whatever. Imagine the amount of baby steps he took to get to where he was. I think that, that in itself, and just having that massive like realization of like, holy fuck, that's when he's kind of like looked back and realized where he's come from. You know, the 13-year-old kid who was playing footy around Sydney, it's like, how the fuck did I get here, bro? And sometimes it takes a while because the steps are so small that we don't even really notice them. We don't notice it happening until it's too late, or luckily in his case not too late, but you've come fucking a long way. So there's a lot of digging back and climbing to get done to get out of that deep pit. And same with the positive, man. Same with the positive.
He's an incredible inspiration because he has come from such a horrible place that like I can't even, like, compared to my life, like it's like, you know what I mean? Like I've had an amazing life compared to what he's talked about with his stories, and to be able to go from such a place and to build himself to the point where he's at, incredibly inspiring. And he also, you know, he knows who he is. He knows what he stands for. He knows what message he puts out to the world. I'm wondering with you, do you know what you stand for as an artist, and kind of what your core values are and everything? I mean, we've kind of touched on it a bit, but... Yeah,
I think I'm still definitely shaping the message in a sense of, like, I'm still finding my own feet and finding my own place in this world. But I'm definitely feeling more and more certain of myself every single day. And I know for a fact that in 10, 20 years' time, I don't want to look back at my catalogue of music and think, fuck, this has probably done some detriment. I want to look back and think, fuck, this could have got maybe, whether it's 10 or 10,000 people out of a rough spot. And even if I can just nudge them to do that first small step and set them on the path, I'll be much more happy to be proud of what I've put out over the course of the time that I'm here doing this music, than to think, fuck, you know, the detriment that it could have caused to someone's life. And that's the main thing for me, is as long as it's a positive influence and it's helping guide people in the right direction, that's the most important thing for me.
That's sick, man. That's awesome. Is there anything else you want to put out to the world? Any message, any words of advice, your Instagram, music, videos, anything? I don't know. I think we've touched on a lot of the message, and as I say, I'm still finding my feet. So ask me in a year's time, the answer might change. My Instagram's just Erik Devine Music, ErikDevine it's just been a really, really fun journey. So I'm just enjoying it for what it is and just taking each step as it comes. And not to say that like everything has to be like, you got to be preaching this message. I still love having fun and just writing bars and, you know, just doing punchline tracks and all that sort of stuff as well. But for me, ultimately, as long as it's serving a purpose and it's, you know, it's got a place to actually, make people feel something in a sense. I don't want it to just be like, you know, you just bob your head to it and you just kind of skip to the next track. I want people to walk away from my music and feel something. And, nice.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. I think that's powerful.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming on, bro. It's been great. April 6th.
April 6th.
Breaking Bread, battle events, headlining Erik and Arrows.
It's going to be a fucking sick one. The whole card looks crazy, to be honest, and the hype up behind it has been fucking awesome. I'd love to say, a massive shout out to my bro Greeley. He's you're going to have an episode with him coming shortly, I'm sure. But he's been a massive inspiration for me, and it's been really cool. He's he's definitely on the path of God at the moment, and I'm feeling that channeling through myself recently.
Oh, true.
It's
sick,
it's been awesome. It's definitely, like, I've always been more of a doubter than I guess a believer, in a sense. But a lot has been aligning in a very, very strange way recently, and it feels karmic and universal, and just like in a way that's pretty hard to put words on. But it's definitely like opening my eyes, opening my mind to, just, I guess, how beautiful life really can be. And as long as we just keep following the path and, we're just leading with the best intentions, that's the most important thing. And fucking, this music is just a great way to channel that. So I'm very grateful to just be on this journey and blessed to be a part of it and have people like him as mentors. So I'd like to end it with a bit of a shout out to the brother.
Yeah, fucking earth, bro. Mentors are important, man. I mean, I don't want to get us sent down another thing, but mentors are super important, bro. So it's good that you found some. Yeah,
definitely. I've got a lot of mentors in my life, and he's just been, I guess, the most recent one that's become super prevalent in my life, and I love him. So fucking, I just want to give a big shout out.
Yeah, much love.
But thanks for having me on, man. It's always a pleasure catching up with you. It's been cool. We've linked up, online for the last year or so, last 12 months or so. It's been fucking awesome to watch you doing your thing, discover hip hop really growing in a cool way, culminating and culminating for the culture in a really beautiful way. I can see that there's no, I don't know, it's not coming out of what's in it for you. It's really, really helping the scene flourish. And it's really about that hip hop. And that's what we're all about as artists, man. It's all about the fucking hip hop, making dope music, making connections, and networking, man. And networking's a big one. So, as long as people are still just fucking sharing the love for what we do, that's the biggest thing. And just keep doing what you're doing, man. I hope to see more of it and can't wait to see where you're at in 5 years, bro.
Yeah, bro, same. It's crazy.
Fuck yeah.
Much love.
Much love,
Peace.
bro. Peace.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Smashed
That's
it.
it.
That was good.
That was awesome.
Yeah, stoked for that. Discover hip hop, 6th of April, breaking bread battles. Be there or be square. Let's go. So many still thinking it's luck now until I stand up and they sitting the fuck down. What's up now? Think you're sitting a tough crowd? Well, I'ma take a scoot and I'll bust through the rock now. You can keep yelling shit from the sidelines, I'ma keep killing shit ready to erupt now. You spend time on a weekend wide-eyed, I'ma stay sleeping, I'm rested, you run down. Keep it rocking when I speak, I'm never stopping. I'ma beat him to the bottom, send a beacon to the top, and then repeat until I drop another 3 and then a dot, followed by D-E-B-I-N-E, and then I got my name filling the sky, written in lights just to type my name's like 55 gigabytes. It's picking up weight, so I figured I'd lay out the ways that I'm thinking when I visualize. I'm a master of writtens from a bars to begin, and I'ma find the light shining just to bask in and glisten. Locked in and I'm sparking a vision, leveling up to hit the bar that I've risen, setting the task and I've embarked on a mission. Now I'm wrecking my targets with marksman precision, looking inside at what I bring to the table, what I got in my notes and fill a million fables. Ripping through the pages enabled me to change my ways when my brain was afraid to give a fuck what you think, what you're gonna say, dude. Walking in the booth is just walking in the playroom. Got a feeling I'll be right up in they shoes. Stepping in mine, you get cold feet by day 2. Discover hip hop shout outs. Make sure you're at the Breaking Bread Battle, 6th of April. Let's fucking go.